Well, greetings, hello, and welcome on back. It's episode number 9, 5B1C. I'm Imperial Jedi. Good to have you back with us again. It's time for our second pass, and my goodness, the city has grown up so much since we first, even just the road we're looking at, since we laid that down. Like, I just get so excited doing this, eh? And I think, like, one of the best things about this game is how we all play it so differently. And the fact that we're doing, like, the American, European, like, comparison, it's so distinctly different now. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so on the docket today, we have ambitious plans. What we're hoping, wow, words. What we're looking to do, wow. What we're hoping to do here is add another highway. We want to start working on some of the suburbs. We want to put in a subway rail yard, and we want to start connecting some of the like different parts of the town together with metro. And I was really hoping to get some farms, a little bit of the suburbs, and just like some bigger pieces of like the pie in place. I'm not sure how to describe that well, but I want to see some more framework, you know? A bit more of the arterial roads. All these, you know, fancy buzzwords, right? And then if everything goes to plan, I do also want to put just like 1 or 2 unique buildings in place. I think we're off to like a wonderful start here with the skyline and some of the like, you know, the government buildings, the bigger areas, but I've got something in mind, you know what I mean? I've got something in mind. Otherwise, traffic is not bad. Public transit needs a little bit of a help. Unfortunately, though, we have been left with a few icons, some notifications. So we'll start off by putting down some services. We have some points to spend, so we'll buy some bigger service buildings. And I do want to expand our map a little bit here, too, so I'll buy some tiles. Fingers crossed we don't go broke here. But, I mean, fiscal responsibility, you know, is still paramount. But we got ourselves a good amount of money to spend. All right, well, let's jump in. That's enough chit-chat. I wasn't joking about the old notifications there, eh? Yeah, I think what we can do first is let's buy some more tiles. I'll take the group initiative here and just buy pretty much like, you know, all this. And then that leaves us with 25 tiles still to do a little bit extra legwork. I might even buy this top deck here. Cool. And so what I'm picturing is, I don't know if we can connect it just yet. I might bring it from, say, like the region, but it also might come from the existing highway. But I want a ring road highway to kind of go up and around, and that'll serve the farms, it'll serve the new industrial sector expanse, you know, the suburbs, that kind of stuff. It'll look pretty cool too. And then what's more American than having like highways everywhere, right? So let's get cracking with that. And then yeah, downtown over in here, I do want to put a service building or two in, and some scenic stuff to the skyline. Oh gosh, where do you begin? All right, so let's start with the garbage problem here. We got a small area here started for just some simple garbage collection. I'm going to expand on that, I think. And I do want to leave a little bit of room in case the rail yard wants to be bumped out a little bit further. And then I know you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, what are you doing building on the European side? Listen, all right, you know, don't worry about it. I don't know if we'd have a double level crossing there, so why don't we avoid that if possible. Okay, just a little bit of room for some future expansion. I'm going to round that corner. Just cut that off. Cool. And we'll probably end up with a little bit of our own processing as well on the American side, but let's just get this ball rolling. A little side road here. So we have ourselves a recycling center now, and then just an incinerator, and then that can be connected and adding to our power grid. If memory serves, there's shit. Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, cool. A little bit of water treatment over here as well. That would be kind of nice. And also, I think like the building imprint kind of looks nice with these ones. So why don't we sneaky beaky another little side road here. Let's put in a small amount of parking, just maybe like one medium-sized lot here. And I'll throw in some water treatment next to it. Yeah, that's not terrible, eh? Gives us a little bit of room to expand on this too. Has the right like industrial feel to it. Spawning garbage trucks, which we definitely need right now. And I think just another water intake somewhere. Is that weird if we just put that like right there? No, actually looks kind of nice, eh? All right, so that should hopefully start taking care of some of the garbage issues. Let's go ahead and buy some bigger service buildings. So we'll knock that out. We'll grab, I think, just the bigger fire station. Don't really need the shelters just yet. The watchtowers look wonderful in the woods, but save that for later. Police headquarters, sure. Prison for the bad boys and bad girls. Let's go. And definitely after some metro right now. And I know we also want tourist attractions. And then I think these look great. The bigger towers, server farm. I'm just spending everything, eh? I'll save some points for someone else. Hang on now. Okay. Now from this, what can we do, right? Stick to the American side, please. So I'm envisioning downtown, just over here. Like a nice, beautiful hospital. Ooh. Oh, for goodness sake. Match made in heaven. I like when this happens, eh? And then, you know, like right next to it, that'd be so cool to have like the police station. Oh, yeah. How do you want to use this terrain? How do you want to use this grid? That's what I'm trying to say here. We might maybe try to sneak this in. What I've been doing lately is pulling it back a little bit from the road. And it still makes the road connection, but you can get away with it being like a bit more centered in a non-centered grid. Terrain's a little kooky there, but I think it'll look nice once the rest of the buildings fill in. That's cool, actually. I like that. All right, death care, please. Pretty much non-existent on this side of the map. That's all right. So why don't we toss one of these over here? To terraform just gently back. Just doesn't look too awkward here. And I'm still kind of picturing like a little bit of not like really key walling, but like, you know, using the pedestrian pathways, that we can do a little bit of key walling with that. A little nature walk kind of vibe. Otherwise, that's good right there. And then our downtown fire station. I feel like, why would you not use this area here if you've already used it for the other ones? Yeah, let's throw that one in place. And that way, too, we get a little bit of just, like, big open kind of courtyard. We don't get that claustrophobic feel where we start, like, boxing everything in with that concrete jungle kind of vibe. And I think a parking lot down here also might make sense. There's that same idea. So we're going to disconnect it from the grid in air quotes. We'll be lined up with that building. And should still get all the road connections. Yeah. It just looks a little bit more clean, if you ask me. There you go. Cool.
Recent spikes in demand have led how do
and on
for our features.
Almost there. Okay, I'm going to move us to 3-speed here, and hopefully the icons start disappearing. We have a little bit of traffic, which I'm not going to stress too much about, but the other icon that we see is trams. We need a few more vehicles to be spawned. So when we expand on the industrial sector here leading into the new highway, let's try to get the tram depot, another one lined up with the metro up here. Very ambitious. Very ambitious. I feel like we're already out of time here. We're only just getting started. Okay, happy with this. That looks kind of nifty. And I think I'm going to be doing things in a little bit of a different order right now. I was going to zone some of this stuff towards the end, but let's watch it fill in as we're doing our highway construction. So what I had in mind for tourist attractions, I love it. The observation tower. So clearly the CN Tower from Toronto. Homage to our Canadian boys. So if we toss this in right here, again, disconnected from the grid, but we're lining it up so it looks nice and clean with the city. And isn't that just, oh yeah, come on, eh? That's wonderful. So if we can get a little bit more of the density built up in and around here, that'll feel like a really fun, modern, new downtown to kind of complement the old historic downtown that Slayer was working on over there. And then also, too, I like how we have the government buildings kind of stretching out to this section. So I feel like we might want to put, like, one more big building in here. And then, yeah, we'll run Metro along. Ooh, I love it. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. Now, unfortunately, me putting down those few offices did use up all the demand right there. So that'll be a slow battle, but We do have some demand for some high density commercial, and I think that'll look really fresh in here too. Kind of help play with the high density a little bit. And I do want this inner part here, again, like not to feel like a concrete jungle, so we will have that be a little bit lower density. And then we'll accomplish that because the commercial towers aren't as tall. And if we really wanted to, we could be a little bit cheeky and use the European commercial, and we're guaranteed not to get like super skyscrapers there. And then same idea, you can also use a little bit of the low density offices here. Oh, that is so cool. That took no time. That is so cool. What a fun transformation. And then great job Diana did, eh? Filling up here with the density. And I love how that key wall comes out. Again, I love this is a collaboration, eh? How we all play a little bit different, coming together. Great collection of thoughts. Fun game. Okay, so that's looking very fresh. We'll let that fill in. Let's lay groundwork on the highway really quickly here. And I'm noticing... Oh, you're disconnected. Whoopsies. I was just about close enough, but not quite there, eh? There we go. Perfect. And I think realistically, we could probably use a little bit more parking in here, but let's see what icons and notifications pop up, and then we'll revisit there. And then, yeah, what I'm basically just envisioning is like a highway in line with the rest of the city is kind of coming across here. Yeah, I might even just do that, eh? Not the end of the world if it's not like super symmetrical. I feel like these days I'm trying a lot less than to make things like perfect, you know? I'm just gently elevated through this. -1. Take these down. And I think part of this will be ground level. And we probably do want to maybe raise a little portion of it. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then also, you guys let me know in the comment section, whether it's me on another pass or someone else. I kind of had this really crazy thought to build a massive hydroelectric dam. One, just they're very challenging in the City Skylines environment. Two, they're even more challenging in the City Skylines 2 environment. So I feel like I made a really good one on Twitch, and I called it the best damn dam on Twitch. And I feel like no one's beat me yet with it. What we did was we terraformed one of these kind of rivers coming down, built a giant like reservoir holding area, and I terraformed and made it look like the dam was like way bigger than it actually was. We had a small dam piece. I did key-walled roads that were like 7 million feet tall. So we terraformed in the way it looked like a continuation of the dam. If that interests you, you let me know, eh? Because right now I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of want to see that, eh? All right, Jedi, calm yourself. I feel like there's something to be said about like enjoying your own content. It's like laughing at your own jokes. It's like, are you allowed? I don't know. I do find though sometimes when I'm like watching these back for like, recording, editing, like whatever purposes, like I do get sucked into the content. I don't know if it's like me or the game or what, but every once in a while I'm watching and like intrigued, which is kind of funny because I'm like the one that made this, All right, I want this to line up kind of nicely with this road here. And I'm envisioning this being like a tunnel coming through. Oh, actually, yeah. You know what this game really needs, though, is horizontal tunnels. Yeah, there you go. I think we'll hide some of the elevation in between here. That's a decent elevation change. And then did we... Yeah, see, that's what happens with the elevated tunnel, or horizontal tunnels, eh? I usually end up with that. I feel like to fix that, you got to be very gentle with your slope here. Whatever that means. It's like, if I could describe that differently, it has to be like the right angle. If it's too much or too little, you end up with that like hole. Or like lack of hole. I don't think I'm really great with words some days. Eh? There we go. Okay. And I feel like another road to maybe define that a little bit more might be nice. But the fact that we have this strong rail corridor, that's cool. I like that a lot. All right, so this, in my mind, should be like a nice clean angle off of the highways. Pause for a second as we disrupt some major power. If we're gonna take the effort, might as well clean it up a bit. I feel like a lot of these like subtleties we can get away with more on the European side, but I think we want to focus more on like the grid and like stronger 90-degree angles. And so yeah, this high. Oh, you know what we could do right here is we could go over top and we could build ourselves a partial cloverleaf interchange right here. That could be a fun intersection. Also, a very American style. Someone can definitely correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure the partial cloverleaf was a Ontario, which is not American, but North American. Province of Ontario in Canada. I feel like they were the ones that created the very first partial cloverleaf. I think Wikipedia told me that once when I was a kid. I don't remember if that's even true or not, though. Very common, though, in North America. What's a partial cloverleaf? Well, we can go over one together. You'll see, eh? We've built them in the past. But think a cloverleaf with extra steps. That's a bit more compact. Otherwise, like, out of nowhere, this little bit, like, yeah, this worked out really, really well, eh? Okay, so, partial cloverleaf. So, how are we going to do this, eh? Normally, I don't want to sound silly or weird here. What noises are you even making? I normally do this opposite, where like the highway's underneath and the road's on top, and I'm just suddenly having like a weird like brain moment here. No, you're okay. All right, so this is going to come off the highway. I am having a weird brain moment. I still might mess this up. We'll see though. Yeah, so this will come off. And that'll merge and flow with traffic going its own direction. Cool. And then this one is going to brake like this, hit a traffic light. And that'll be you turning left. And so we'll give these guys the extra lane to do so. This game, can I just say, like, so much potential. You know, I don't want to be, like, weird and be like, oh, the game's broken. We all know that, but, like, there's so much potential still, you know? I feel like I'm still carrying the banner. I'm still ready to go to war for these guys, eh? So that's a traffic light. That's you turning left ×2. No problems right there. We might even want just a little bit more of that lane. I do hope, though, guys, when we get to, like, the point where the game, in air quotes, is, like, running a lot better, we can just laugh about these moments, eh? How things used to be. Oh, yeah, remember when we used to do this? Oh, yeah, it was crazy talk. How did we put up with that for so long? Who knows? Okay. So there's your way off, no problem. Turn left of the light, turn right, flow with traffic. Excellent. And then, like, you know, to make this, like, super efficient, obviously a real cloverleaf, you'd get off on that side and merge more with traffic, but let's make this look a little bit more unique. And so coming onto the highway from this side, you do one of these. Easy peasy. And then are we doing... We might do some more traffic lights. We'll see here. But I got to sneak in, if this is going to still fit, a way for this one to, like, dodge the light and get up onto the highway here. Okay. I may or may not have left myself enough room for this. We'll see. Okay, so luckily it's not that much distance we need to go up. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I did not realize, but the hill there made that a little bit goofy. Try that one more time. And then, yeah, that was also... I don't think I had the right snappers on there. I just feel like you guys do something really nice about the game, and then the game just gives you, like, just absolute jank. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, it's a love-hate relationship. You ever feel that? You know, you just love the game. Game hates you. Game makes it hard to love it. Okay, so we're going to elongate that. And all we're trying to do basically is just dodge the light. So you don't have to wait for a traffic light to get onto the highway. And I would make the argument that we could make that a little bit steeper, cleaner coming out, but...
A driving advisory has been
yeah, one more try.
Area due to poor road.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be
Second moon ready.
And on.
for our feature story.
One day we'll get music. There we go. Yeah, just a little bit more space, and then come out at a cleaner... It's almost like we get the key wall going here. Yeah, there it is. There we go. Cool. A little steep, but visually looks awesome, so let's keep it. And then we got just basically do the reverse on this side, eh? So you're driving up. That would be you just kind of simply getting onto the highway. Why don't we do the opposite of the ground first, and we can see how much more room we need to kind of sneak the rest of the arms in. So that one would be a little bit easier if we had some more. Okay, and so that's you going down into the right. And again, we'll do our best here to leave as much space in between as possible. That's a better angle. Ooh, actually, that's so clean. I almost don't want to get rid of that. What we really need is the ability to have 3+2 for our highway pieces. Again, the game, it's just like so much potential, but like almost every category feels like it's missing something. You know, policies, even these signs here, like where's the yield sign? Where's the proper no parking sign, right? Feels like we're just like, you know, we're scratching the surface, but a very good framework for a game here. Okay, so that's you coming on and off that side, no problem. You're driving up and to the right, and we just got to sneak another little arm in here. May or may not have left enough room. I'm making these very compact, eh? Oh, looks lovely. Very compact, but exactly what we're looking for. And then at this point here, no left-hand turn, please. Thank you. Because like here, it'd be kind of cool to do like a proper asymmetrical lane mathematics, you know? All right, so let's just review here. We are driving on this road. And if you wanted to go left on the highway, we have that option. Wonderful. Don't have the option to go right yet, so let's just sneak that one in. That from down here. And then just the same over here. And I think that's all we need, actually. Change that, because that does not look nice. One thing I will say, though, is they got absolutely right. The, like, this kind of road building. It's so fun and fluid. We just need a few more options and controls, you know? Okay, so driving on the highway. If you want to exit and go off to the right, you got it. If you want to exit, go off to the left, you got it. If you're coming from this direction, same idea. You can go to the right, you can go to the left, no problem. And this one here, off to the right, up and to the left. Cool. So the goal of the partial cloverleaf is just to, like, one, be a little bit more compact, ironically, because we made this one huge, than say, like, a normal cloverleaf. And you've got less conflict points, so you don't have to turn in front of people the same way you would with, like, a regular diamond interchange. So it's kind of like a hybrid on a diamond, I would say, more than anything else, but cool. It's a nice looking clean interchange, my friend. Well, thank you. All right, So that connects arterial road. I like that. We're in the highway. This takes us to suburbs and farming. This will either connect straight to the region or have a nice little connection point to the highway over here. Might save that for someone else. And we want to probably bring this up and across. Oh my. How you doing for time here? Well, you know, we're okay for time, but time always just has that way of getting away from you, doesn't it, eh? And so this one in line. Okay, and then let me move that over. Here's the thing, right? We're slightly off with this when it comes to the angle. Is it enough that it's noticeable? Let's take a look, eh? Not really. To be honest, that's clean enough that I'd say that's good for, you know, the old North American test. And then I want to keep the elevation of the train here. So why don't we make this a lower grade? I swear, words today are just not my forte, eh? Made me think of that car commercial. The Kia Forte. It's not my forte, but this is. Jedi, are you okay? I don't even know anymore. Alright, so this game is really cool, but you have to do the trench first. That's the only thing I find weird about trenching. Also, I feel like this soundtrack has no right to slap this hard. Like, my goodness, eh? Cute and clean. We like it. A little bit of an exaggerated underpass, but still okay. And then as far as the connection point goes for the highway, I wouldn't mind another cloverleaf over here. Maybe this one can go up and over. Just so we can kind of see a little bit of a different style. And then this one, because we have the extra lanes, and it's like a reverse of what I did before, we should be able to get a little bit better lane mathematics in place. Okay. Oh, I love it. Every once in a while, you get these little moments like that, eh? Was not the intention, but I think a key wall would have like cut that in half, but that keeps it looking clean. Like, I like that. Cool. Good job, game. Happy accidents in plain sight. We like that a lot. And then that'll, you know, continue on into the hills. That could be like logging, a little bit of housing as we kind of meet the snow's edge there. That's cool. And so help me, we're gonna run out of time here. Okay, so what are we looking at? We are looking at the way down initially. So let's do this side first, the inner part of the loopies. This is going to be a little bit challenging because I just did the bare minimum required to get over top, and adding some new pillars and stuff might make the bridge think there's not enough room for clearance. Because the game's a little finicky sometimes like that. Okay, so as long as this is downhill. Beautiful. And then we'll have the highway piece sneak around. Yeah, we're building this in the opposite direction, or opposite order this time. I feel like this is the easier way to go about this, by the way. I was just a little bit thrown off because I was building, like, you know, backwards. Wow, really just not great with words again, eh? I almost need like a counter. I think we need two things. We need an A counter. Take right off there, eh? And we also need a, well, Jedi's awkward. That one would just keep on, you know? Keep on ticking those up, eh? Alright. No, sometimes the words, they just don't come out the order in which I want them to. Because honestly, I just get so excited when I record these things. Sometimes it's like tough to keep a straight face. Smiles per miles, even with the game in its current state, still pretty high. Like, don't mistake me. I really do love this game. It's a shame it's in this state, and I'm so excited for its future. It's just a shame it's right, you know, in its current state. That's basically it. Every part of it feels like it's missing something. Even just like that, where are all these extra spaces here? You know, like city policies, right? Like, where are the rest of them? Where are your service bills? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we know, Jedi, we know. We know that you know, we know. Oh, sorry, this is the traffic light here. That one is the no traffic light, please. And yeah, as far as lane mathematics go, let's get all this in place, then we'll lane mathematics that afterwards. Cool. And then, which side do we do now? I guess we'll do this one coming down to the highway. And this is where I struggle a little bit. I think I was mentioning this in our last pass. It's like trying to channel the inner Yumble is genuinely tough for me. And that's why I just enjoy making these over like uneven areas. You don't have to worry as much about symmetry. As long as it kind of passes the feels right test from overhead, then I think we've done a good job. That feels about right, you know? And really, like, nothing's really perfect in nature, you know? Just you and me, right? You know, I've been saying lately, which I find to be very true. You might not think that you're perfect, but you're perfect for somebody. How about that for a cute feel, eh? Oh, game. It's like, you know, like, why? Why you do this to me, huh? You say nice things about the game. Game doesn't mean jank in return. As is tradition. There you go. So that one is the light. This one is not the light. And we also do not need a light at the tail end of it. Let's redraw this segment as 1. Might have a problem right there. And I think where this enters should squash that little problem right there. And so again, there's no need for the traffic light here. This is you avoiding the traffic light. So you're not getting stuck in traffic there if you want to go onto the highway. Cool. All right, so what do you got for me? If you're going straight, you got the ability to turn right and turn left. Perfect. Here, we just need the ability to swing the old right to get on. Otherwise, you can go left, no problem. So let's just put that in place. And I think we're missing just the...
advisory has been issued for the immediate...
You're tuned in. Local stuff.
Almost. Almost. Please hold. Thank you. Holding. Holding. Okay, so that one just goes in. Ideally, we don't smoosh the lane arrows there. Yeah, works for me. Cool. Yeah, I swear I could build highway interchanges till the cows come home. This game just is so much fun doing that. And yeah, lane mathematics. What do you got for me here, buds? So we can do one of these. That's 2 lanes becoming 3. Asymmetrical even. Sure. And shuffle that over. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, so I need this one for this part. There you go. Okay, not the cleanest looking little squiggle here, but I think we can fix that. I feel like this game, it's like definitely in need of the movement mod for these micro adjustments, you know, but it feels like you're like, you know, cutting once, measuring 100 times, adjusting, cutting it again. It's kind of like a slow process to build all these things out the way you want them to. Okay, let's just lose the lane here. Little sneaky node right there. Hopefully not going to present an issue. And I've noticed too, like this angle here, if it's a little bit wrong, so you have to kind of cut a little bit over to the right to turn left. Sometimes you stop having both vehicles be able to complete the turn at once. So you're like almost like your angle is kind of off, you know? So let's back that up and let's give ourselves a bit more of like a fighting chance here, you know? And then over here does not need a light. And then same argument can be made. I don't think the flow is right there. Let's bring her in slightly, just so we can preserve where that gap opening is. Yeah, let's just redo this. Hold on. Hold the phone here. Clean, and then no right-hand turn, please. Again, see, it's the process. You gotta go back and almost like fix your mistakes, eh? But it's not like this was any easier in Cities 1. We're just spoiled by mods, you know? Are you guys been trying out mods, by the way? Rumor mill states that the word of the week this coming Monday is going to finally have like a timeline for the official mods. So I'm very excited about that. And I keep meaning to try the ones on the Thunderstore, that kind of stuff. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet, though, and I feel like I might just wait for the official ones now. What if you came a little bit further? Yeah. Cool. Works for me. Okay, preserving that little cut through. I love it. Doubling up on our highway interchanges. We could definitely use another one in here. I think we're going to continue this across, but so help me, this is not an episode of just highways, right? Better not be, Jedi. Don't worry, I got you. Okay, so let's take a look and see where we have some natural resources. That may have been a smart thing to look at first, but oops, you know, it's, oh well. And then we'll try to get a farm or two. Not all the farms and all the like specialized areas need words. They don't need like that specialized spot below them. You don't need fertile soil for some of the farms, you know. Stone can go anywhere, that kind of thought process. See, I feel like I don't want this to like just be non-gridded. That's the only downside. I feel like this like lazy following the terrain approach is making the North American side more gridded, or less gridded, sorry, than the European counterpart right now. Let me get another strong line or two in here if we can. Actually, you know what we could just do for a very, very, very simple on-off right here is I'm going to tell people no left, no right. You have to merge and flow with the direction of the traffic. So it's safer and easier for coming on and off the highway. No going straight through either. And then you can go underneath here, you know, to get to the other side. And this is a little bit more grid-like now. Yep. The other thing I'll say too, I feel like a lot of these maps are just very hilly, almost unnecessarily hilly. So thank goodness terraforming is free. Yeah, the height that you can see right there is plain. Okay. I got you, game. I got you. And I'm going to really try to, like, exaggerate the angle here. So it's, like, we're really trying not to make that, like, perpendicular. I feel like that's the word I want to use, right? Problem with English is all these great sounding words that make you like, you know, oh, this guy's so smart, but you don't use them correctly. It's like, well, that guy's just an idiot. Oh dear. Jedi, are you okay? I don't even know some days, you know what I mean? Oh dear. It's almost like, I take it back. You know what would actually be kind of cool too, is if this was a supporting bridge. There you go. Yeah, and then that can just go underneath here as well. And this can sneak up and around. Cool. I'm not sold on that part of it, you know? Not sold yet. That will work for me though. Okay, so where on earth are we going to find some soil that's suitable for oh, okay. Not exactly where I wanted it, but that's not... Actually, you know what? That works very well with how we just randomly built that interchange. Congratulations, RNG. Let's go. All right, so that means that weird bump right there, that'd be a suitable spot for an arterial road to kind of cut across. And then if we play our cards just right, this one can meander over and join that. Okay. And then what I'm picturing over here is just a lot of suburbs, very simple grids, and then we're going to try to get a little bit of public transit through it, but the public transit element is very ambitious for right now. Like, luckily we got the downtown stuff kind of sorted, but we still need... I'm going to put the speed back on here. We still need to get another depot in for the trams. We do want to get some more of these icons knocked out. I think having the game running will tremendously help with that. Yeah, I just don't want to lose the grid element for up here, you know? Do our best. Okay. And so you're breaking off of this. And then farms... I just feel like we're going to have a few in here. Just it's super simple. Almost like old county roads that I kind of like absorbed as the city grew. Also, too, this will help us with... yeah, perfect. This will help us with unlocking some signature buildings. And then what we're going to do is some just very casual tree breaks in between the farms. And that'll make it seem like they're a little bit like distinct property lines. And I'll just visualize that right there. Has a clean looking border. Uh-oh. Cool. Actually, I was going to adjust that, but maybe not. But it's because you can't really do too much like detailing and that kind of stuff just yet. I feel like having a tree break around a farm just looks awesome. Oh, game saving as I'm going crazy here. And like $1 million question, will we ever get a prop line tool? Now, is there a prop line tool in dev mode? That's something else I have not tried yet, eh? When dev mode got discovered, I just for some reason thought I would be like using it non-stop, you know? But then I had this weird like, you know, I'm not a dev. Are we allowed to use dev mode? Is that okay? Obviously the answer is yes, but then I was thinking to myself, you know what? They're probably going to bring some of those features in, so just wait it out. But now that so much time has gone by, it's like, what's coming? I think there's something to be said about this being slightly uneven too.
For our housing.
Because, you know, in real life, you know, wind would even affect how a tree grows. You know, there's so many factors, right? So seeing, like, perfectly manicured trees, save that for the Eiffel Tower area, you know? Ooh, also, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Will that be future DLC, do you think? Eiffel Tower coming back in? And if we had dirt pathways, I would probably throw a dirt path in here too. I think the concrete ones might look nice, but it also might spoil this a smidge. I'll use a different tree for this one. And then when these get grown up, they look awesome. And then I think next to this, we'll put the metro yard in. And if nothing else, we'll just try a very simple metro corridor. Yeah, so this can be maybe the first of the suburbs, mixed in with a little farm or two. I might actually try to sneak a little farm in here. And so grain farming can be pretty much set up. Oh, it's livestock. Did I make livestock here? Yeah, these are our livestock. That was my bad. I put the wrong farm in the wrong spot. That's okay. That's okay. I still love you. Thanks, buds. Visually doesn't change too much. I think we'll just keep it, but I was going to try to like use the terrain a little bit differently there, but that's okay. Happy accidents, I think is what we call them, right? Okay, so extend that across. Just super simple suburb here with a few services, you know. Cut this down and across. And then in air quotes, a bit more of like a main street. Let's add center tree line here. And these will look lovely when they're all grown up, eh? And then so we'll see how far the rest of the gang gets, but we can definitely like work on more of this on our next pass. And then if you guys are interested, I would 100% be down for the hydroelectric dam. It's such a fun challenge. Ooh, I feel like one of these roads might be able to sneak and meet up with one of these. Okay, but yeah, simple things like services, schools, you know. I always feel like, especially in American areas, you get these giant high schools, eh? Massive running tracks. You know, like if it's a small enough town, like this might be like, you know, your weekend activities. Just going to go watch the kids play ball or whatever, right? So we'll get a little bit of parking so the town can come check out some of the events, you know? Also, American high school, everyone drives, eh? Especially in the movies, my goodness. So that seems appropriate. And a cutesy little road coming out of here. A little side street action here. And just, yeah, a really simple start to a little suburb. And let's make sure we get all the services in place. Cute little clinic. We'll do a But a death care. Actually, you know what we could do as well is I'm going to put both of them in. Kind of get like a little bit of a Central Park kind of feeling as well. All right, so fire station. Oh, that's really cute. All right, so we're definitely good for water, sewage, and all that. Power also, we're importing power, so let's not stress about that, but a big power plant could be on the horizon. And just more housing. Also, too, now that we're stretching our legs and getting up to this point, this will be great to help satisfy some of that single-family home demand. That creeps definitely into the game, you know, a lot. Oh, beautiful signature buildings. All right, so yeah, really quickly, let's get a metro rail yard. That'll be awesome. And then I think what would make a lot of sense for here is if we have a like an elevated above ground station set up in this portion, and then we like go below, and then maybe we have a line that just ends down near the CN Tower. Yeah, so come across here, elevated, elevated, sunken, sunken, sunken. And then we have another sunken line that maybe follows the that main arterial road here. And that should be just enough time to sneak this in. Oh, goodness. I'm always worried that I'm not going to have enough, like, to fill the episode. You know, we'll be 20 minutes in being, like, scratching our head. They're like, all right, what do you want now? And yet time, every single time, time just gets away from us, doesn't it? Okay, so the thing with the metro yard is it's very cruel in the sense that you cannot have your metro bridge, or not bridge, sorry, have a level crossing with your roads. Of all the things in the game I accept it all, but that one is the cruelest. I don't really know why that's the case either, eh? That's kind of cool, actually, trenching like that. And then, so yeah, an above ground stop. Let's try to get them kind of in line. I think from like a visual feng shui perspective, like the metro in air quotes is like a relatively new addition. And so they would have like a lot of planning in with it. And so why don't we go as far as saying that the lines, like we can, oh my goodness, you'd be so cool. All right, hang on here. If we just like gently trenched underneath the road, we can kind of see like alternating trench and then not trench, like trench / tunnel. Also, the fact that you can just do that in vanilla, you know, road next to road, so much potential. I'm very critical on this game because I feel like, you know, the hype made us think this game was going to be like the bee's knees, which it kind of is, but no, again, there's potential. There's potential, but you know how it is. You know how it'd be. We do. Okay, so this needs to be back 1/2 tile. Are you kidding me? What a cruel, cruel world we live in, huh? Now, also, you know, we could be critical of the game for one hot second. Why is it that we can't actually line up and snap the, say, the metro station to pre-existing track? Why does it have to snap to the road, eh? Yeah, that's a good question, Jedi. That is a good question. What's, you know? Excuse me, track required? Oh, also, this works out sometimes. When you move a metro station, it thinks the track isn't there. As you just saw. And it's like, if that was low enough to still trench and then come out of the trench. And then I don't know if this is doable, but let's just see if we can make this happen here. So what if we went below ground now, long enough or deep enough that it was a trench or tunnel? Oh, sugars, it's so deep. And then we just came back out for the sake of the road. Yeah, that's cool, eh? All right, I'm with you. Okay, so then that now becomes trench. It's relatively even. We go back down below ground. And that's below. And then we come back up for the next, which is kind of cool looking. And was it super even, Steven? Not quite, but it gives that viaduct kind of effect, which is more or less what I was going for. That is cool. That is actually really cool. Good job. And then one more elevated station. Let's say like in and around here, as we sneak across, and then we can start going undergrounds, and then we'll end up like, say like right around here or so. Oh, that's cool. I like that a lot, eh? Let's end on the upper deck, because we can put a, yeah, sunken station right there. That's kind of nifty too, because it's like hidden in plain sight below the quay wall there. And I think it gives us options if we wanted to even run like one more here. That way we can cut the distance between the heights. But let's not get too carried away. Let's just get a simple framework to the metro in place. Well, obviously we want to stop off at the train station here. Almost forgot that. My goodness. So let's add the metro attachment to this. And then if we could sneak these two together. Yep. That way if you're a tourist coming in, you're going right from downtown to the train station and vice versa. Okay, that's the way in. That looks a little bit better than how I was doing it. It was so much fun building all this, eh? The city's coming together really nicely. I'm really happy. And thanks for being here to watch it, eh, guys? Oh, no. No, we did not. Did we just go over top? Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. That looks amazing. I didn't even consider that as an option. That looks awesome, though.
You're tuned into Second Moon. And we're...
Okay, time is going to get away from us. I had so much more that I wanted to do, but just ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. Okay, well, I love this. Continue this thought along. Let's at least get this line going. Okay, so that goes back down below. At some point, do you become a... It's really cool, but it did not really accomplish what I wanted there, unfortunately. So let's try tunneling further for longer. It's like this part first. Yeah, there you go. What a cool concept. I love this hidden in plain sight infrastructure approach. And then that side, if that could be a little bit cleaner as well. What is your secret, my friend? I'm going to pause just in case it has to stay trenched through here. And also, the trenching just looks cool. It should be deep enough to get the road back in place, and I don't want to lose any of these buildings. Yes, ideally. There we go, eh? Unbelievably cool. Unbelievably cool. Hidden in plain sight trenching. I love it. All right, connect this up to one more elevated station. Actually, let's do a below ground station because that'll be a little bit easier to deal with. Let's be real with ourselves here. And then I may have made that a little bit close to this, but yeah, maybe that does need to be above ground. And what would that look like going into a tunnel? Think about doing the tunnels really close to the water's edge. That turned out amazing. My goodness. I was going to say, though, the sometimes the issue you run into is flooding. So if you terraform way too close to water's edge, it looks like the tunnel water is kind of getting in when it shouldn't be, you know? Oh, that is so freaking cool. Okay, so for us to pull this off, all we need is... I'm just going to draw this really quickly here because we are just absolutely out of time, eh? In my mind, I'm like, well, you know, keep her around an hour. If you go for less, you go for less. And it's like, oh, for Pete's sake, you know? Pathfinding has failed. What would be the logic for that? Oh. I understand. Got it. Cool. All right, we'll start from this end here. But guys, other great episodes. So much fun hanging out. Cannot wait for the next pass. And let me know your suggestions. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm slowly getting to the point where you know, even though the game's not finished and really ready for it, I do feel like we need a Let's Play on our channel, you know? So many of you being like, yes, Jedi, I know. All right. We do need to connect some of these together to make the everything happy and talking to each other over here. Unfortunately. And, you know, another follow-up question. Why is there not a two-way traffic, one-way, or one lane, whatever I'm trying to say here? That's close enough. Good enough. My goodness, we are out of time, guys. All right, so let me toss down a little bit more zoning in here. Make me feel good about that. And we thank you very much for hanging out. My goodness. I'm like sad for us to be done, you know? But yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. A wonderful addition. Suburbs, a little bit of farming. We got the metro yard going. A very small but simple, but you know, a working metro line. Hopefully see some action. An addition to the Skyline, which we love so much. The new highway is going to be so good when it starts getting some traffic to it. Excited to see how that expands. Definitely some room for some more highway interchanges. We'll sneak a few more roads along with this whole operation. And we have some fun plans. We have some fun plans here. All right. That's it. I will ramble and I will go on forever. Oh, you know, oh, for Pete's sake. All right. Last thing for real. Oh, my goodness. You know what? I feel like I might be a little bit addicted to this game, eh? I might just be a little bit addicted to this game. No, I said I would do this, so adding the missing tram right there. Okay, that's Imperial Jedi signing off, wishing you all the best. And can we do that cinematic again on the way out here? Absolutely, buds. What's our comparison like? Oh, look at that skyline. Okay, well, you drop me a comment, you follow, and like and subscribe and all that other YouTube jazz they tell you to do. And we'll see you guys again. Thanks for hanging out. Come check us out on Twitch. And I don't know if we have another round planned for all of us, but hopefully we do see some familiar faces for a round 3 pass. Otherwise, we've got a slew of guest builders, a lot of fun coming up, and I cannot wait to see this continue. Wish we had some more time, but that's good though, eh? You want these games to make you feel like you're like not getting enough, you know? So if I've left you wanting more, that's good, because that's how I feel. All right, adios. See you next time. All the best. Stay hydrated. Stay wonderful. Happy building. And thanks for checking us out. Have yourself a great day.